this phone's gonna blow. Nah, bro, it really might not. Analytics are killing me so softly. To see or not to see. Should I look at my analytics? Should I not look at them? If I look at them, could they be helpful so I could put out better art? Or is the obsession of analyzing every impression that I receive actually more detrimental than positive, more detrimental than constructive? Welcome back to my channel. I'm naes, the artist you don't know yet. Yeah, today we're talking about analytics. I personally have been glued to my analytics up until recently, and I think that this transition period that I'm in will hopefully bring about a new relationship that I have with how people perceive me and my art. How I want to go about this video is where I'm at, how I got here, and where I'm going. Hopefully in that format you'll be able to kind of follow my framework about the thoughts and emotions I've attached to my analytics and how I think that separating myself from them is going to be helpful in the long run. Currently I'm filming a YouTube video, but in life I am in this stage of finally putting my art out into the world, sharing it on platforms, both virtual and in person. I make music, I make YouTube videos, and some short form content here and there. Recently, I deleted YouTube Studio off my phone for a couple weeks, and I'm actually really proud that I did because these past couple videos that I've uploaded, I haven't even been stalking YouTube Studio the way I typically would, just like refreshing, hoping for a new view, seeing where my retention rate drops off, coming up with different titles 3 weeks after a YouTube video is out, trying to figure out if I should, fix my thumbnail or not. I'm glad because I did re-download it to update one of my settings, and when I did that, I checked on my last video and it was doing super well. And I feel like if I had YouTube Studio, even if it did the same performance, because I would have seen it every step of the way, I wonder if it would have had the same impact on me. If you watched my cognitive dissonance video, thank you. I really appreciate it. And everyone who commented, that was inspiring. As I am trying to transition out of feeling like I need X amount of views, X amount of likes, X amount of watch hours, some sort of engagement on my art, it's like bringing back up a sentiment that I feel like is really deep-seated. I keep coming back to the same feeling of questioning whether or not I'm enough. Am I enough? Unfortunately, YouTube analytics, Instagram analytics, TikTok analytics isn't the first time or place where I've had to question that within myself. How far back has this feeling been relevant to me? It really stems from the fact that I grew up in a single parent household where my mother did everything she could for me. She was my sole provider. However, I still had this question of, am I enough? Because I didn't understand why my other parent, my father, wasn't active in my life. Unfortunately, Lil Nay has been, grappling with this question a lot. But to move through that question, in every space I've had to come back to, these things are not me. For instance, my relationship with my father, I had to understand that his decision to not be in my life and to not show up for me is not me. It is a decision that he has made on how he is going to show up in his life, especially towards his family and loved ones. I've had to do the same thing in school. I was perceived as a gifted kid or smart kid really early in school. So whenever my grades didn't live up to it, I had to not only tell myself that I'm not the 99 that I got on the test, but I'm also not the 65 that I got on the test. I am just a person, and these are just situations that I'm going through. I had to bring myself to that in relationships, both platonic and romantic. I am not whether or not my friends want to hang out with me. I am not whether or not the guy I like is texting me back. I am myself, and these are experiences that I'm having. Now, bringing it back into the topic of today, analytics, I am currently having to actively remind myself that I am not the amount of impressions I get on a piece of content. I am Renee Ajua to my neighbors, and I am an artist, a creative person. These are just experiences that I'm having. Continue to delete YouTube Studio, not obsess over my analytics, stop watching YouTube videos that tell me about all the little different algorithm hacks. I uploaded my first video on this channel a year ago, but I've been watching like YouTube algorithm videos for like 4 years. Like removing myself from that paradigm. Hopefully it won't be as present on my mind, and then I won't have that urge to look and by therefore compare. The problem is when you're seeking so much external validation, even when you get some, because it's external, you also compare it to the external validation that other people are getting. So not only am I looking at all my other videos, like, okay, this one that I thought I put my heart and soul into only got 20 views compared to this one that got 500. This other creator that I don't know that's doing whatever has 12K views. I'm comparing all the things I've done to every other thing I've done, but I'm also comparing it to things that other people do. And that sucks the joy out of it for sure. I really want to keep allowing myself to be present with the fact that I am enough, not because 1,000 people have watched my YouTube videos. I'm enough because I'm me and I believe it, and I show up as myself, and I put my best foot forward as often as I can. And I deserve that. I deserve to feel like that even when I don't have 100,000 subscribers. I don't even have 500 subscribers. I don't want to keep feeling like that's a feeling like that I have to defer, this sense of wholeness, this sense of self. And I can't allow it to be deferred by the fact that my analytics aren't where I want them to be. I can't keep creating for the idea that this one's gonna blow. It's gonna be the one that just like takes off. Nah, bro, it really might not. It might not be this one, it might not be the next 20. I put something in my journal I want to share with y'all. Even though the analytics are this digital thing, it ties into my spiritual journey. God/the universe won't give me 1,000+ subscribers until I understand or have deepened my sense of self-worth. I really feel that. Not the mic. A reason why I've been so called to post my stuff online instead of just making it for myself is because the universe wants me to go through this experience of putting myself out there and not being afraid to be bold, but also learning that even when you put yourself out there, it doesn't mean that it's worth it because people applaud you. Having to really navigate that and face myself in the mirror in that way that's like, yeah, you've always been looking for praise. You've always been looking for external validation. Now that you say that you don't need it, put yourself out there. And if nobody claps for you, put yourself out there again instead of being discouraged because nobody's looking at you. It can be very discouraging when I spend 20 hours on a video and it gets 10 views. But the understanding that the success, the accomplishment came from the art of creating, came from the boldness to share, that's what you need and I need to hold on to. And I hope that will allow me to create more freely, honestly, because then I won't be so caught up on whether or not what I'm doing is gonna pop. My conclusion is that I just have to keep doing the work and continue to show up, and I will see the growth over time, both spiritual, physical growth, and community. Stick around and subscribe, and if you're curious what I do, the driving force of all this, it's my music. If you want to know what my music sounds like and what the hell I'm referring to and so passionate about, I'll put my latest song here. Otherwise, I'm naes. Artist you just took some time to meet, and I'll see you next week. Bye.